Hey everyone, welcome to the Legend of Zelda walkthrough. Today we will be taking on level 8, the Lion, and getting the last piece of the Triforce of Wisdom. So, what we're going to want to do right away from the title screen, or from the start screen, head right 4 and up 3. This dungeon is very hard, and it's a toss-up between this level and level 8 for the hardest level of the game. Obviously not counting the final dungeon, which we'll take on next chapter. That's gonna be brutal. But yeah, this dungeon's pretty difficult too. Lots of dark nuts, lots of rooms with bubbles. It's a tough cookie, so that's why I am showing you where the potion shop is. If you're on this screen on the right hand side, you can use your candle and then use it on the third tree down, and you will reveal a passageway so you can buy a red potion. So then you want to head down, and right, and there's going to be kind of an odd bush just kind of in the middle of things, and we're going to burn that, and that's how we're getting to level 8. About the potions, I only had a blue potion and I made it fine, and trust me, I am not the best at this game, so if you're pretty new to the game, a blue potion should be okay. You might want to go with a red potion just in case. Remember, a red potion costs 68 rupees. Anyway, so after you head into the stairs, we can start with the dungeon. This is just the entrance room. We want to head left, pull out your bombs before going in here, because we are facing Manhandla again. Yep, we get to manhandle him technically 2 more times in this dungeon. We gotta fight him off twice, and it's kind of difficult because there are more, I guess, fireballs shooting at you because of the 2 statues in the middle. So again, this time I didn't get so lucky and couldn't kill him with 2 bombs, although that last one was kind of lucky. Anyways, you can use your sword too if you run out of bombs. He should drop bombs as well. After you defeat him, you can head left. In this room, there's going to be bubbles, blue dark nuts, red dark nuts, Gyvdos, just a mess of enemies that are really annoying, but you're going to have to kill them all to get the dungeon item, which after you've killed all the enemies, you can push the block on the far left. So yeah, best strategy for the dark nuts again is to ambush them around a corner of blocks, avoid the bubbles. There's quite a few rooms like this, and it's a difficult dungeon. One other thing you can do if it really is hard for you, try using bombs. We're gonna need them for some walls in this dungeon, so make sure you conserve some of them. But anyways, once you head down the stairs, you can grab the magic book, which is the dungeon item. This will upgrade your magic rod to shoot fire at the end of its beam, so that's pretty cool. Although it does reduce the power, which is kind of annoying if you're doing it like a swordless run. But for our purposes, this is great because now we can also light rooms with it. But it will reduce the actual power of the magic rod. So now we want to head up, pull out your bombs. There's going to be another Manhandla in this entry room, but don't worry about killing it, just bomb the top wall and then head up. In this room there is going to be a bunch of blue dark nuts and a bunch of opportunities for fireballs to hit you. Another really annoying room, really difficult room, so do your best. Hopefully you can get a fairy or something like that. Anyways, once you kill them all, you're going to want to head to the left. So like I was saying earlier, bombs may be one of your best options. I show that off a little bit later, because bombs can actually do some good damage against these dark nuts. It takes 2 hits with bombs to defeat them, I think. But you can get the dark nuts to walk into the bombs, or like walk past them, and so they'll explode on their back. If if like the explosion only hits their front, obviously it still doesn't do damage to them. But yeah, bombs might be a good option if you're having trouble with these dark nuts. Anyways, in this next room coming up, pull out your candle or your magic rod now and light the room, and then grab the key, and we're gonna head left. There's a Pole's voice in here, Gibdos, keys, annoying enemies, but ones that you can skip. So remember, the Pole's voice can only be killed with the bow or your sword. So if you're having trouble with them, remember that the only items that work against them are the bow and your sword. Once you've gone left, 3 more dark nuts to kill. These ones are red, so this room shouldn't be too much of a problem. Grab the key, and then we're gonna head right. Now these keys might be pointless for you, so if you have a bunch of leftover keys, you can kind of, I guess, skip this part of the walkthrough. But I want to make sure that I'm doing the dungeon so that anyone, no matter where they are in the game, can just jump right into this chapter, and so that they don't have to have watched the previous chapters of the walkthrough. Back in this room where all the blue dark nuts first were, you want to head right with one of your keys, and there's a bunch of Pole's voice in here. You don't have to kill them, but it's only one shot with the arrows, and so you can see, yeah, you can pretty much sweep them. Grab the compass, then head back left and up. In this next room, you can just head straight up. Don't worry about all the annoying enemies and the bubbles. Just maneuver around them and head up. In here, you're going to have to kill these dark nuts. You don't necessarily have to kill them now, because we're going to be bombing the top wall first and going up, but you might as well. If you're really low on hearts and you just want to get out of this room, that's fine. You can bomb the top wall and continue on with the dungeon and then when you come back to this room, just remember you'll have to kill the dark nuts. Again, if you have your sword beam, dark nuts are immensely easier because you can attack them at a distance. Again, I probably should have used bombs in this room because there's just so many of them, and bombs would have made it a lot safer, and for some reason I decided to be Dangerous Dan, so, but oh well. Again, it's hard to ambush them also in this room because it's open, so you kind of just have to walk around them. But anyways, once you get them defeated, remember we're bombing the top wall before heading right and going up. There's one more item we have to get, so it's an interesting item too, which will help you in the final dungeon. In here, kill Manhandla again, and you'll see here I actually got lucky with that one, so that you can grab the map. So now we can see that it looks like the head of a lion, which is pretty cool. After you kill Manhandla, you want to just head up. In here, we're going to find Goma again. This Goma, though, is going to be blue, so she takes 3 hits with the bows and not with the arrows, and not 1. So make note of that. After you defeated Goma, you can head right. In this room, you're gonna have to kill all of the enemies, which again, kind of annoying. No bubbles or fireball shooters in this room though, or I guess statues. Just Pole's voice and dark nuts, so it's a little bit, the game's taking a little bit off on you. You can kill the Pole's voice with 1 hit with the bow and arrows. And then if you get any dark nuts stuck in the middle there, you can use bombs to defeat them, so, which is what I did. So I do show off the bomb trick, although I gotta remember to use my bombs, especially now that we have those 2 bomb upgrades. It's not like bombs are you know, you still have to conserve them for the rooms that we do have to bomb, but they are a good offensive tool in this game. Anyways, once you've defeated all the enemies, you can push the block on the left, head down, and we're grabbing our second dungeon item for this dungeon. It looks like a lion key. Well, it is the magical key. This key basically replaces every key in the game, so you never need a key again. It's a skeleton key, basically. And I've been saying key quite a bit. So, yeah, again, the next chapter, I will be going through the final dungeon as if you didn't get this key, just because I want anyone to be able to jump into that chapter. But once you've done that, you can head back to the rooms where we fought those blue darknuts that I said would be better for later, and you can head right. And then in this room, there's bubbles, Gibdos, darknuts. Just maneuver around them, go down the stairway, and then once you're down the stairway, just go to the next room. We're very close to the end of the dungeon now. Once you get up the stairs, you can bomb the top wall and then head up to the dungeon boss, which is... you'll see soon. Alright, there's Pole's voice in this room. I'm trying to keep the suspense up. The boss of this dungeon is Gliok again, but this Gliok has 4 heads, although even that still isn't that difficult. So it may be Gliok again, but Gliok isn't that tough, so don't worry about him. I still honestly think Manhandle is a harder boss than Gliok, or than basically any boss in the game. And here I kept getting hit by fireballs right away, so I kept bouncing back through the door. It was really annoying. What I was trying to do was one-shot him with a bomb, but it's very difficult to do that, so just slash away. When he has 4 heads, it's easier to hit the individual heads, and it's basically 3 hits per head. So once you do that, you can grab the final heart container, head up, and grab the final Triforce piece of wisdom. So next time we will be beating the game, guys. Anyways, good luck with this dungeon, and have a great day.